What's up, guys? So today's video we're looking at the Chinese zodiac sign of the rabbit. As always with the Chinese zodiac, it does start on the Lunar New Year. So if you were born in definitely the first half to 3/4 of January, you're probably not the sign that is normally on keychains having your birth year, but as it sort of gets end of January, beginning of February, you should probably look up when the Lunar New Year was in your birth year. But otherwise, if you're born in literally any time after, say, Valentine's Day, you're probably safe with this being your animal. I've got the same 3 sites that I normally have for these Chinese zodiac signs, and one extra one that I found. It's the website that I got the picture for my thumbnail from. Obviously I put the text and stuff on my thumbnail, but that is that picture came from the 4th site we're going to look at today. So let's get into this, because obviously being astrology, there's lots to unpack. If we didn't learn that yesterday with doing Taurus, then there's something wrong. So the rabbit is the 4th in the 12-year cycle of Chinese zodiac signs. Its years include start at 1915, at least that's as far back as this one's going, and every 12 years thereafter, so 27, 39, 51, 63, 75, 87, 99, 2011, and 2023. And the reason I bring up that bit about if you're born at the beginning of the year thing is that my sister was born in 1999, but she is a tiger, not a rabbit, because she was born early January. But for the longest time, simply because the year 1999 is on anything to do with rabbits, or in some zodiacs it's a cat. Chinese zodiac is actually a rabbit, and that the cat does make an appearance in the original myth, but drowns in the river after basically being betrayed by the rat. First spot, yeah, screw the rat. But it is definitely a rabbit in the Chinese zodiac. Some other cultures have cats, but it doesn't really change how the traits relate to the animal. So for Chinese people, the rabbit is a tame creature representing hope for a long time. It's tender and loving. The moon goddess Chang'e in Chinese legend. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm pronouncing anything incorrectly, I do apologize. I am not meaning any disrespect. I'm not trying to insult Chinese culture and heritage and stuff. I'm actually legit trying my best. I find all this stuff really fascinating. But the moon goddess in Chinese legend had a rabbit as her pet, which stimulated the thought that only this creature was amiable enough to match her noble beauty. People born in the year of the rabbit are not aggressive, but approachable. They have a decent, noble, and elegant manner. Now then, so we've then got, we'll come down to the years of the rabbit, and obviously, as I've mentioned before in other videos relating to Chinese astrology, the cycle of the years, every, I think it's 2 years, the element changes that's related to the year, but there's also an element related to the animal itself. In this case, the rabbit is a wood animal, similar to the tiger, which is the other wood animal, but this one is yin in nature, as opposed to the tiger being the yang wood creature. So yeah, So they're the two wood animals out of the Zodiac. There is a direction related to the element of wood. If you want to know more about that, that's the what they call the four symbols. I believe they're called the four symbols. If you Google search the four symbols, you should be able to find the is it the East? I think it's the Azure Dragon of the East is the one that has wood as its element, and then South is, I want to say, fire, but I feel like it's North for some reason. West is metal, and then North is either fire or water. I'm not entirely sure on the north-south ones, and Earth sits at the center of the compass, being the four cardinal directions and being centered sort of thing. Lucky signs for people born in the year of the rabbit, the numbers 3, 4, and 9. That's interesting. I'm fairly certain those are the same numbers that are for the Zodiac sign of the dog. I want to. Can I find the dog here for 2 seconds? Open you in a new tab. I just want to quickly double check this. I swear I'm not crazy. They are exactly the same numbers, 3, 4, and 9. Okay, interesting. I'm year of the dog, so remembering my lucky numbers is kind of. I mean, it's easier now, and I'll discuss why in a future video coming out later this week, where I talk about numerology. But basically, those lucky numbers all relate to my numerology or my birth date. It's pretty easy to remember. But lucky colours for the year of the rabbit: red, blue, pink, and purple. Hence why I'm wearing this. My shorts that you can't see are like a navy blue colour. It kind of goes with this stripe. I'm not entirely sure if this stripe's black, which I'm guessing it appears to be on camera. It looks black to me on the camera, but sort of up close it has some like navy tone to it. Anyway, lucky flowers for the rabbit. We've got the snapdragon, the plantain lily, and the nerve plant, whatever that is, and that sounds like fun. The lucky directions are the east, southeast, and south, making me believe that east is actually the direction for wood. Things that should be avoided. Your unlucky numbers are 1, 7, and 8. Again, I feel like they're very similar to the dogs, which is very interesting, considering that the next sign in the Zodiac, the dragon, is actually the polar opposite of the dog. It's very interesting. Anyway, so 1, 7, and 8. Unlucky colours are dark brown, dark yellow, and white, and the unlucky direction is the north or west, which makes sense since you've got east, southeast, and south, all keeping to sort of the lower right-hand corner of the compass. The direction in the top left-hand would obviously be the opposite. Personality of the rabbit. Now, I believe I've mentioned this before, but there's a thing in Chinese astrology called the 4 pillars. Basically, the hour you were born, the day you were born, the month you were born, and then obviously the year you're born, all have some relevance in their astrology system to your personality. It is a similar thing in Western astrology, by the same divisions, I believe, unless Western astrology does not have the day, because there being 7 days and 12 signs, it's not easily divisible. But yeah, there is a similar thing, and basically it's sort of like a surface level thing. The next level is like sort of your close, the personality that your close circle gets to know, and then there's one that you like keep to yourself, sort of thing. Kind of like a Russian doll sort of thing going. The more specific to when you were born you get. But for the year, people with Chinese zodiac rabbit sign usually impress others with an image of tenderness, grace, and sensitivity. They are romantic in relationships, have a high demand in life quality. They avoid arguing with others and have a capability of converting an enemy into a friend. They are homebody and hospitable and like house fitting up, whatever that means. They can work with speed and efficiency. Do not insist and get angry easily. I don't know if the do not applies to both insisting and getting angry easily. The structure of some of these sentences don't make sense. But they also like hesitating, which makes them lose many chances. So some strengths: they are gentle, sensitive, compassionate, amiable, modest, and merciful. Weaknesses: they are amorous, hesitant, stubborn, timid, and conservative. Love compatibility. Best matches: it's giving us 4 best matches. So yeah, make of this what you will. But sheep, monkey, dog, and pig, which are pretty much okay, so they're on like the later side of the zodiac, and they are sign number, what do we got, 8, 10, 11, and 12. Yeah, they're all within the last 5 signs of the zodiac. They are romantic in love and adventurous in life. They know how to make compromises and make their relationship lasting and fresh. Living together, they can become more tolerant and considerate, and life will be sweet and happy. Worst matches are the snake and the rooster. Snake is sign 6 and the rooster is sign 9. It's the one between the sheep and between the sheep and the monkey. Their relationship cannot be everlasting, for they will suffer from a series of disagreements and conflicts. They both feel suppressed in married life. I'm assuming it's with each other. Jobs and careers. This is according to travelchinaguide.com. Breeder, teacher, priest, police, and judge. Don't know what the follow-through thread there is. I suppose with police and judge and maybe teacher, it's being some sort of an authority figure, which I suppose makes sense with the priest as well. Maybe. Best working partners: the sheep, the dog, and the pig, which takes sort of the monkey to being of the best matches, not on the podium, because the podium obviously would consist of sheep, dog, and pig. Best age to start a business: in your 40s, is what this is saying. So if you were wanting to start a business and you are born in the year of the rabbit, you want to wait until your 40s. I mean, that's not a bad thing. To me, that seems like a pretty long wait. Like, it's basically half your life is gone sort of thing before you starting your own business sort of thing. But at the same time, it means that you can gather experience leading up to that, and starting your own business as sort of like an end goal sort of thing, and you just are learning and building your portfolio and whatnot. So when you start your own business, you've got all this experience behind you, and therefore you're more likely to succeed, I guess. Kind of cool. Best career fields: breeding and pet industry, which is hilarious because my sister, as I mentioned, born in 1999 but is a tiger, is a vet. So maybe that's sort of bled out into the beginning in 1999. I don't know, but she's a vet nurse, and she loves it. She does really well at it. Fortune in 2020. What do we got here? Fortune of people born under the Chinese zodiac sign of rabbit in 2020 is not so satisfactory, but is also not so bad. Rabbit people would have good luck in love, attracting attentions of the opposite sex. They may have a promotion in their career with some small achievements, especially in unpopular industries. They'd better try not to go near water and take good care of themselves to prevent diseases of liver and gall. Let's see. And looking at all of the things as far as career, wealth, love, relationship, and health is concerned, wealth, actually everything except, so wealth and love and relationship appears to be at its peak in, what's that, June? No, lunar months. So the first lunar month is February, so the fifth one's going to be February, March, April, May, June. So in June, wealth and love and relationship will be at its peak. Career will peak at August, and your health sort of has a peak in September, and then from there on, everything sort of falls. Health is by far at its lowest at the end of the lunar year, so sort of beginning of next year in January is where we're looking here. Love and relationships will be at its lowest there. Your wealth will be at its lowest there, and career will be at it. Everything just dies for you pretty much from October onwards. Everything sort of is around about between 60 and 80%, and it dies down to being between about 25 and 40%. There is a graph that I'm looking at here. Click on the link if you want to look at it yourself. And then just remember that it's looking at the lunar months. So the first lunar month starts on the 25th of January this year. It continues from there. It's funny that they don't have the 13 lunar months here, because there are 13 moons this year. But hey, what do I know? Personality, Rabbit's personality by Western astrology signs. So if you are an Aries, you are elegant. Taurus would be imaginative. Gemini is positive. A Cancer is sentimental. A Leo is wise. The Virgo is cautious. Libra is suspicious. Scorpio is calm, which seems like the least Scorpio thing to be. Sagittarius is self-esteemed. What's that feel like on asking for a friend? Capricorn is prudent. The Aquarius would be bookish, and the Pisces is creative. This sign, this website likes to go deep. So by your blood type, which I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't know my blood type. So even if I was on looking at any of my signs, I wouldn't know which of these I am. But if you know your blood type and you are a rabbit, I will read these for you. So type O, decisive, brave, and warm-hearted. Helping others will make you feel happy. Type A, tender and elegant. You are a considerate listener. You have a sharp insight in others' inner thought, and you can always find a way, a good way to communicate with others. Type B, your humor makes you associate with more friends. You have acute instincts that make you grasp every possible chance to make a fortune. And AB, you are emotional and sentimental, enjoying acting alone. You have a special taste and talent in art, which makes you appear different. Now, as I was saying, there are 5 different elements. So the years of 1915 and 1975, and let's just be completely honest, any rabbit year ending in a 5 is a wood rabbit year. So any year ending in a 5 that he is a rabbit. They only occur every 60 years. So 1915 and 1975, simple and sprightly outside, shrewd and calculating inside. The fire rabbit, so 27 and 87, broad-minded with special foresight. Earth rabbit, 39 and 99, aiming for far-off future with great desire for wealth and success. The metal rabbit, 1951 and 2011, kind-hearted, having pleasant relationship with people around. And the water rabbit of 1963, and it will be 2023. But so used to saying 19s there that I almost screwed that up. So 2023, gentle and agreeable, adaptable but easy to be influenced by others. And then at the bottom, there's some eminent personalities. Alright, going on to our next website. And now that we've sort of covered a fair few of the basics, we're only going to be looking at the differences that it gives us. So obviously the years aren't going to change. The lucky numbers don't change much. They've got a 6 here instead of a 9, however, on chinahighlights.com. Colors don't change. This website does also give the warning of if you're born in January or February, take particular note of when Chinese New Year falls to confirm what sign you are. It again goes through the elements to their rabbits, and then the rest of this hasn't fully loaded. They've got a section here that's supposed to be for lucky, unlucky things for people born in the year of the rabbit, and it's blank. So I don't know if it's supposed to be an image that just hasn't loaded yet or not, but okay, so its personality is very sort of laid out and simplified. Rabbits tend to be gentle, quiet, elegant, quick and skillful. However, they might also be superficial, stubborn, melancholy and too cautious. And if we simply just replace rabbit with cat, again, as I said, all of those things fit. Cats are gentle, they're quiet, they're elegant, they're quick, they are skillful, but they can also be superficial, stubborn, melancholy and cautious. So rabbit, cat, it's easy to understand why these things are interchangeable depending on which Asian culture you're looking at. But the traditional Chinese zodiac has rabbits. When encountering tough difficulties, they are never discouraged, but instead remain persistent in their endeavours to find solutions. Men that are rabbits tend to treat people politely with a gentle smile that makes people feel that they are credible and sincere. And ladies, apart from having a petty and demure appearance, have a pure heart. Basically, it's saying that rabbit ladies have resting bitch face, which is, I mean, this day and age, what attractive girls don't have a resting bitch face? Let's be completely honest there. This one again goes into the types of characteristics that your element would give you, and they appear to be pretty similar. Nothing on this page is really loading for me. It does again though give rooster and snake as the worst matches, and the sheep, monkey, dog and pig is the best ones, but it's also added rat for some reason. Yeah, wow, okay, this is not halfway loaded at all. The link will be below, and I do hope it loads better for you, but I've got massive blank spots. So we're going to move on to the next site. So we are on, hang on, I want to go to this one, ChineseNewYear.net. We got, right, gives us the thing there. Personality and characteristics. To outsiders, the rabbit's kindness may make them seem soft and weak, but in truth, their quiet personality hides their confidence and strength. They are steadily moving towards their goal, no matter what negativity the others give them. With their good reasoning skills and attention to detail, they make great scholars. They are socializers with an attractive aura. However, they find it hard to open up to others and often turn to escapism. A plain and routine life is not their style. Though conservative and careful in their actions, they need surprises every so often to spice things up. We've then got a little table again, detailing. This one appears to be a little bit more in depth. Characteristics pertaining to the particular element for the year you were born. You can read that again. We got a little bit more in depth between the difference between men and women that are born in this. The first sentences of which, for both, men born in the rabbit year are extraordinarily polite and do whatever they can to avoid conflicts, and women born in the rabbit year love being social. Just to sort of summarize those. Most compatible with dog, pig, and goat. Again, taking out the monkey, I believe was in the other one. And then this one has least compatible with rooster. So obviously the rooster's a bad mix, which I believe it's the one like polar opposite sort of thing. The dragon is here. The dragon is the next sign in the zodiac to the rabbit. I do also know that it's the least compatible with the dog, and the rat it gives as being least compatible, where the other one gave it as being the most compatible. So if you are a rabbit, I would take rat people with a grain of salt. That, yeah, seems a little suspicious. Lucky things for rabbits, it gives the same colours, the same numbers. The direction it gives is southeast. The direction, of auspiciousness. Direction of auspiciousness, southeast. Direction of love, east. Directions of wealth, northeast and southwest. So from that gathering, anything in the south or eastern side of the zodiac, like that entire half, is just sort of lucky. Obviously, the further away from southeast that you go, the less power it has, I guess. Unlucky things, brown, grey and white, numbers 5 and 11. It gives ChineseNewYear.net has careers for rabbits, health and lifestyle, and then a bit of a horoscope going into career, education, health, relationships, lifestyle. All of that is a lot of reading, so I will leave that for you guys to do if you are interested. It is definitely interesting stuff to read if you are into astrology and that sort of thing, with Chinese astrology being one of sort of the two major ones, at least as far as I'm aware. It is definitely interesting to look at. And then this one's giving us pop-ups. Alright, and then so this last one that I've got here, the one that I got the image from, is called the ChineseQuest.com, and it seems to be a pretty quick read. So we're gonna just quickly breeze through this. That way you won't have to click the link, even though it is there for you. So people born in the Chinese year of the rabbit are considered serendipitous. Wherever they go, good fortune seems to follow. Part of this luck is self-made in that this animal thinks on their feet and they move quickly around obstacles. Even when there is the occasional setback, rabbits handle it with an uncanny. There is a French word here, and I was not expecting to try and pronounce French words while looking at Chinese zodiac animals, but with an uncanny laissez-faire outlook. I don't know. I would have to look that up to see what that means. It's not a word I've come across before. A smile and a song later, they're back on their feet, and yes, rabbits can and do sing. Why did that need to be mentioned? Was there some pretty preconceived notion that anyone born under the sign of the rabbit couldn't sing? I don't know. The rabbit sign is ruled by the moon, giving these people empathic ability. This naturally attracts people to the rabbit's side, hoping to hear a little bit of wit and wisdom on their life path. Adjust myself a little bit. As the Chinese rabbit hops through life, they bear peace and harmony. This doesn't mean that the rabbit's personality is all fluff, however. When it comes to finalizing deals, they're merciless in obtaining goals. It's one of their most surprising traits. People rarely see that coming, which honestly, considering that they are so, they've got this like divine wisdom from the moon, hiding that you're merciless and giving this outward appearance of, I can easily walk over them, and then turn it around and being like, no, you fucking can't. I think that's just goes to testify to their wisdom. Rabbit has a sweet demeanor, but they can turn on a moment's notice, particularly if they feel pressured or hassled. Rabbit is very clever too, and took the saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, to heart. By doing so, Rabbit has time to appraise weakness and make a solid plan. So they are Slytherins, for sure. Keynotes for Rabbit include sensitivity, friendliness, adept recall, peacefulness, and hospitality. They're good workers who learn quickly but should not hold monotonous jobs of which they bore quickly. They've got there as in they are, instead of just of which they. Bore is spelt like the word poor, as in like no money, not B-O-R-E as in like boredom. And then obviously quickly is just spelled like quickly, but it's just, wow. Who proofreads these sites, honestly? Anyway, one caution for Rabbit is avoiding flash-in-the-pan schemes. These can quickly find you jumping down the rabbit hole to avoid embarrassment. Compatibility. Those born in the year of the rabbit are secretive partners, but can also prove very exciting. Many rabbits mate for life, wanting large broods and a social household. I mean, what's more rabbit than wanting lots of children? Is that not what rabbits are known for? They're attracted to people with style and flair, partnering best with the sheep or the pig. Obviously, therefore putting dog in third place. Chinese Zodiac rabbit children. While emotional, a rabbit child knows how to survive in the concrete jungle. The most difficult challenge for the parents of a rabbit is their unending stubbornness. Be ready to negotiate and take notes. And then there's one here that has metaphysical associations, and it's got the colour grey, the direction east, and the number 4 in numerology. So if you are subscribed and have hit the notification bell, make sure you keep the number 4 in your mind, because in about a week I will be doing a numerology video, and I will explain what the number 4 means. But that's all I've got for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Again, all the links are in the description down below, and until next time guys, keep your head screwed on.